The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salad better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. According to an old song, every cloud has a silver lining. In the life of the great Gildersleeve, the cloud is his bad-tempered neighbor across the street, Rumson Bullard. But the silver lining is Bullard's attractive sister, Paula Winthrop. This evening, the water commissioner took Paula to a movie, and now, in the late, quiet hours, the great man is bringing his lady home.
It's after midnight, Throckmorton. Oh, that was a long double feature.
Yeah. I'll park here in your driveway behind your brother's car.
Oh, why didn't you just park in front of the house?
Well, my mother always told me to be off the streets by midnight. Yeah, I thought we might sit and chat a while.
Well, we mustn't disturb Rumson. You're parked right under his window, and you know how upset he gets if he's awakened.
Well, we'll be quiet. I'll turn off the motor, and he'll never know we're here. There. Backfire. The water department will have to stop watering the gasoline.
I think I'd better go in the house, Throckmorton.
Paula, please. It's such a beautiful night.
Well.
It's the witching hour. Look at the romantic sky. If we stay here long enough, I may see a star fall and get a little wish.
If you stay here long enough, you may see a shoe fall from that window.
No. Let's get some music on the radio. Softly. If I can reach over and find the button.
Oh, you better not.
Darn it. Touch the horn.
Gildersleeve, is that you parked in my driveway?
Yes, it's me, Mr. Bullard. Sorry I honked.
That's all right. Honking is expected of a silly goose.
Goose? Well, it won't happen again. You go back to bed now.
No, I'm staying here at the window until you go to bed.
Throckmorton, I must say good night.
Yeah, we don't want him to catch cold.
Well, it's been such a wonderful evening. I'm sorry it has to end.
It doesn't have to end yet, Paula. We can sit here on the porch a minute.
Oh, I don't think we'd better.
Why not? He's gone back to bed.
I have not.
All right. Good night, Paula.
Good night, Throckmorton.
I'll give you a jingle tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Bullard. Noisy neighbor. Slamming windows at this hour of the night. No consideration for other people. Now, just ease quietly out of the driveway. Won't start. This car's giving me a lot of trouble. Darn car.
Gildersleeve?
Yes, Mr. Bullard?
What are you doing now? Mixing concrete?
You know, I'm just trying to get my concrete... my car started.
Gildersleeve, there's a geranium pot here on my windowsill.
Oh?
I'll give you 10 to get across the street.
Let me out of this car. Now, see here, Bullard. You aren't going to frighten me.
1, 2...
I have no intention of running across the street.
3, 4, 5...
Bullard, don't you throw that!
6 and 8, 9, 10!
Hi, Unc.
Good morning, Leroy. Marjorie.
Hello, Unky.
Unc, what's your car doing in Mr. Bullard's driveway?
It's sitting there.
Yeah, but why?
Did you run out of gas, Unky?
If you're going to run out of gas, why didn't you have it happen out at your reservoir?
No, children, I didn't run out of gas. I just left it there because it was a little hard to start. I didn't want to disturb anybody.
Miss Gildersleeve,
Yes, Bertie?
how do you suppose that broken geranium pot got over here in the front yard?
Geranium pot?
It matches them over Mr. Bullard's house.
Well, perhaps it fell out of his window.
And bounced across the street?
Well,
Unky, I thought I heard you and Mr. Bullard having words last night.
He sure gives you a bad time, Unc.
I guess he just resents my calling on his sister.
I know how you can get even with him, Unc. Marry her.
Leroy, don't be silly.
Boy, would he hate to have you for a brother-in-law.
Leroy, I'm not going to marry anybody just to get even with Bullard. Besides, neither Paula nor I have any idea of marriage. At least I haven't. Our relationship is purely platonic. Leroy.
Well, I don't think Mr. Bullard considers it purely platonic.
No, ma'am.
What's this, Bertie?
Mr. Bullard is afraid the wedding bells are going to start ringing.
There's no basis for that, Bertie.
Yes, sir. When he thinks about you two getting the knot tied, he's fit to be tied.
Well, I'm not going to worry about it.
No, sir, but he is.
Well, let him.
And you ain't going to worry about it, Miss Gildersleeve.
You bet I'm not.
And Miss Margie ain't going to worry about it.
Of course not.
And Leroy, he ain't going to worry about it.
Heck no.
And is Bertie going to worry about it? No, sir, but Mr. Bullard is. Because when he thinks about you two getting the knot tied, he's fit to be tied.
Yes. Well, I'd better go get my car out of Bullard's driveway.
Oh, by the way, Unky, when you go to town, would you mind taking my engagement ring to the jeweler's?
Your engagement ring?
What are you and Bronco going to do? Hock it to build your house?
No, Leroy. The stone's a little loose in the setting, Unky. Will you have it tightened?
Sure. I'll take it to that fellow next door to Peavy. He'll fix it in a jiffy.
Hey, Unc, Mr. Bullard's trying to get his car out, and you're blocking his driveway.
You? Well, good for me.
Gosh, listen to that.
Aren't you going to do something, Unky?
Oh, let him honk, the big goose. Now what's he trying to do?
I think he's trying to run right over your car.
He's pushing you out into the street, Unky.
Well, by George, I'll put a stop to that.
Let him go, Unc. Your old car will cut his to ribbons.
Leroy, you're talking about our family car. Bullard, what do you think you're doing?
It's Can Day, Gildersleeve, and I'm pushing one out into the street.
Don't take that off him, Unc. He's talking about our family car.
Bullard, where are you pushing my car?
I'm pushing it up on your lawn unless you get in and steer it.
All right, I'll get in. But watch it.
Are you ready, Gildersleeve?
You all set? Easy does it. Right up on my lawn. He's a hard man to like. I'm late at the office, but I'd better leave Marjorie's ring at the jeweler's. Not open yet. And it's 9:30. Who does he think he is? Tiffany's? Well, I'll go next door to Peavy's and wait until he opens. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
You can fix me a Coke, Peavy.
Yeah.
I'm a little thirsty.
Excuse me for mentioning it, Mr. Gildersleeve, but you've got your makeup on crooked this morning.
Makeup?
Look in the mirror.
Well, car grease on my nose.
Getting nosy around cars, are you?
I had a little trouble starting mine, Peavy. I had a little trouble with Rumson Bullard, too. He pushed me right off the sidewalk.
Well, why didn't you push him back?
Right, George. If I could have got going, I'd have smacked him back all right. Left me sitting right on the lawn.
You don't say.
He knocked off my bumper guard.
My, I didn't know you wore a bumper.
I'm talking about the car, and you know it. I'd leave my car parked in his driveway.
He wouldn't like that.
Petey, I had a date with his sister last night.
He wouldn't like that either.
Well, I don't care whether he likes it or not. What Paula and I do is none of his business. And I told him so.
And he left you sitting on the lawn.
Yeah, all right, Petey. Let's drop the subject. From now on, Bullard can go his way, and Paula and I will go ours.
Now, you better get ready to go one way or the other.
What's this, Petey?
I see Mr. Bullard pulling up out front, parking right behind you.
Yelper. I'm in no mood to bump into him again this morning. I might lose my temper.
Is that bad? The pharmacy has bandages, iodine, some club steaks behind the lunch counter for black eye.
That'll do, Petey. Here, do me a favor.
No.
When the jeweler next door opens, give him this ring. I want the setting tightened.
What kind of ring is it, Mr. Gildersleeve?
It's an engagement ring. What does it look like?
It looks like an engagement ring.
Yes. Yeah, I have to run now.
Oh. You again?
Yeah. And you again.
Good morning, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Bullard.
Peavy, give me a pound of my pipe tobacco and a carton. What's this? A diamond ring?
An engagement ring?
You mean you've started selling engagement rings?
No, that belongs to Mr. Gildersleeve.
It does?
He asked me to give it to the jeweler next door. Seems he wants the stone tightened.
Oh, let me see that ring.
Well, handle it carefully, Mr. Bullard. Those things are expensive.
I know. It's loose, all right. I'll bet this is the same ring Gildersleeve has been offering girls for the past 20 years.
Could be. Mr. Gildersleeve has been eligible a long time.
Well, he's not eligible around my house. Peavy, did he say who he's giving it to?
No, he didn't.
Did he mention my sister Paula?
Yes, he did.
Oh, no. What did he say, Peavy?
Well, I guess it's no secret. He said you could go your way, and he and your sister would go theirs.
Oh, did he? Why, that wall-eyed water buffalo. He can't give her an engagement ring. He can't marry my sister.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Well, I suppose it could happen. In these days, when everything in the world's a little haywire, I suppose I could even draw Gildersleeve as a brother-in-law.
Well, you could do work.
It isn't possible. Peavy, I must do something about this. I don't know what I'll do yet, but I'll think of something. So don't tell Gildersleeve I know the awful truth.
Yeah.
But I'll break it up if I have to run that presumptuous water peddler out of town.
Pardon me, Mr. Bullard.
Gildersleeve, are you back?
My car won't start again. Would you mind giving me a gentle push?
I'll give you a push. Right into your reservoir!
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Here's an idea for an attractive, colorful salad your family will greet with enthusiasm. Arrange chilled orange and grapefruit sections, pinwheel style, on a bed of crispy lettuce. Put a bright red maraschino cherry in the center of the pinwheel, and, this is important, serve with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip will give that salad an irresistible flavor. Yes, Miracle Whip is delicious. It has a flavor that's lively and teasing, a flavor that most folks call just exactly right. And it's a flavor you won't find in any other salad dressing because Miracle Whip is actually a different kind of salad dressing. Miracle Whip is made from a secret Kraft recipe that combines the very best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine mayonnaise. And Kraft blends Miracle Whip a very special way to give this salad dressing perfect satin smoothness. Treat your family to colorful, attractive salads often and make them more delicious than ever with America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip. Get a jar tomorrow. There's only one Miracle Whip salad dressing, and it's made only by Kraft. Be sure you see the name Miracle Whip on the jar you buy. Well, the irascible Rumson Bullard always suspects the worst of his neighbor, the great Gildersleeve. The worst he has ever suspected is that the water commissioner plans to give his sister an engagement ring. Mr. Bullard has worked himself into such a state that he's enlisted the aid of his lawyer, Judge Hooker.
Is the water commissioner in?
In my office, Judge. Come in.
Oh, there you are, Gildy. Where's your office force?
Floyd and Lovey. Yeah, I don't call them much of a force around the office.
They're still working for you, aren't they?
Yeah, still working hard. Running up and down stairs for coffee.
May I sit down?
Certainly. Why so formal?
Well, this is business. I'm here in the interest of my client.
Your client?
Rumson Bullard. Of course, I'm not supposed to be here. It's a secret.
Oh?
But in view of our long-standing friendship, Gildy, I think I should lay my cards on the table. I'm supposed to get you out of town over the weekend.
You are?
Now, let me see. Where'll we go? How about driving up to Half Moon Lake and fishing for perch through the ice? 2 glorious days.
What a weekend. Sitting on the ice, waiting for a perch to bite. No, thanks, Judge. I'm not interested. I have a date with Paula Saturday night. She's taking me out to her country club.
Well, if you prefer Paula to a perch...
You bet I did. Where'd you get this silly idea?
From my client, Rumson Bullard.
You, my goodness. What's Bullard up to now?
To be candid, Gildy, he's trying to keep you away from his sister.
You mean he's worried about Paula and me?
He saw the engagement ring you left at Peter's, Gildy.
That ring? Yeah. That's the funniest thing I ever heard.
Well, what's so funny?
Judge, that's Marjorie's engagement ring from Bronco. She just wanted the stone tightened.
Oh, so that's it. Well, I'd better go tell Rumson he has nothing to worry about.
Judge, don't you dare.
What?
If Bullard thinks I'm going to give that ring to Paula, let him think so. Let him worry.
But, Gildy...
If Bullard thinks it'll serve him right, just let him stew. That's the best thing. Best thing that ever happened.
Gildy...
Don't you say a word to him, Judge. Every dog has his day, and I'm going to have mine. Yeah, I wish I could be a mouse in his house. Watch old Stoneface cry. Excuse me, Judge. Your water department, Gildersleeve speaking.
Throckmorton?
You, Paula?
Is that Paula?
Quiet, Judge.
Throckmorton, would you mind terribly if we postponed our date for Saturday night?
Postponed our date?
What happened, Gildy?
Quiet, you old goat. Anything wrong, Paula?
Well, I really don't know. Rumson is acting very strangely. He's insisting that I leave town.
You? He's sending you perch fishing, too?
What was that?
Yeah, nothing.
Well, I can't understand it. He's even buying me a new convertible.
New convertible?
Mm-hmm. He wants me to drive it to Arizona for a long vacation. I've no idea what brought this on, have you?
You, I can't imagine.
I don't quite know what to do.
Well, why don't you take the car and sort of think about the vacation?
Oh, but he wants me to leave before Saturday night.
In that case, why don't we have our date tonight?
Well, I can't do that. Rumson wants to take me to dinner tonight.
He's really scared.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing, Paula, nothing. Look, why don't you tell him I insist on coming over early, before dinner? Tell him I have a little present for you.
A present?
That's right. Be sure and tell him that. I'll be over about 5 o'clock.
All right, 5 o'clock.
See you then.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, what are you looking so pleased about?
Yeah, I've got Bullard on the run this time. He's shaking in his boots, buying Paula a new car, sending her off to Arizona, taking her out to dinner. You wait till she tells him I'm coming over at 5 o'clock with a present. You'll think it's the ring. That'll be the last straw.
Gildy, you're playing with fire.
Don't worry, Judge. When the time comes, I can turn on the water. Marjorie! Bertie!
That's you, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, I'm home, Bertie.
You're home early. I'm just starting dinner.
Well, I have a call to make before dinner, Bertie. Across the street. Thought I'd freshen up a little.
You up to something, Mr. Gildersleeve? You got a sparkle in your eye.
Bertie, I'm sparkling all over. Do I have a clean shirt?
Yes, sir. Just hung them in your closet.
Good. You take this box of candy, will you, Bertie? Put it someplace where Leroy won't get his big paws on it.
Oh, Valentine candy. Ain't that something? This for Miss Paula?
Yep.
Did you have my ring fixed, Unky?
Yeah. Right here in my pocket. There you are.
Oh, that's perfect. Why are you looking so happy?
Yeah, I haven't time to go into details now. But Mr. Bullard saw your engagement ring at Peavy's. He thinks it's mine. And I'm going to give it to Paula. He's boiling.
Oh, Unky, not really.
You bet. Yeah, I'm going over there in 5 minutes with a box of candy. You think I'd bring the ring? Can't wait to see his face.
Well, I hope you know what you're doing.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. And the nice part of it is, Bullard doesn't.
How do I look, Rumson?
What? Oh, very nice. But aren't you dressing a little early, Paula? It's scarcely 5 o'clock. We won't be going to dinner until 7.
Well, I know, but Throckmorton's coming over at 5.
What?
Mm-hmm. He said he was bringing me a present. And for some reason, he wanted me to be sure to tell you about it.
Oh, that diabolical ox.
But, Rumson...
Paula, you must not see him. We'll pull down all the shades. Bar the door.
We'll do nothing of the sort.
Please, after all I've done, Paula, a new car, vacation, money. You can't marry that reservoir Romeo.
Marry? Well, who said I intended to marry him?
Well, you don't know this, Paula, but I discovered this noon that Gildersleeve has an engagement ring. I saw it at Peavy's drugstore. He was taking it to the jeweler to have the stone tightened. He's going to ask you to marry him, Paula. He's going to... Well, is that funny?
Rumson.
Yes?
That wasn't Throckmorton's ring.
It wasn't?
That was Marjorie's engagement ring. I walked down to the corner with her this morning. She told me she'd asked her uncle to take it to the jeweler's for her.
I've been hoodwinked. Swindled.
Well, if you'd only told me.
So that's why he wanted to be sure I knew he was coming over at 5. That deceitful water merchant has had me on. He's been chortling behind my back.
Marriage is the last thing Throckmorton would think of. Why, it's never entered his mind.
Oh, it hasn't, eh? Well, Paula, I see our large friend coming across the street. I'd like a word with him alone.
Don't be long.
So marriage is the last thing he would think of.
Flower in the buttonhole. Valentine candy. If I don't look like a man coming to propose, I never saw one. Yeah, maybe it's a mean trick to play on Bullard. But he has it coming. I'll scare the daylights out of him. I hope he answers the door. I'll bet his face will be purple.
Well, Gildersleeve.
Bullard?
Don't you recognize your old neighbor? Your old friend?
Yeah. Yes. Sure.
Well, come in.
Thanks. Something's wrong. He's smiling.
Come in and sit down, Gildersleeve. Have a cigar?
Yes. Thank you. The reason I came over, Mr. Bullard, I have a present for your sister.
I've heard all about it, Gildersleeve. Congratulations.
Congratulations?
The news travels fast, you know. Oh, I suppose you thought I'd rant and rave, object violently. But I'm afraid you misjudged me, Gildersleeve. I'm a sentimental man at heart.
Well,
When I learned that you were bringing my sister a ring, all the little difficulties and misunderstandings you and I have had in the past melted away. When Cupid pierced your heart with his little arrow, a few shining splinters lodged in mine, too.
yes, but...
Of course, I'm Paula's older brother, and according to custom, you should ask my permission.
But, Mr. Bullard...
You have my permission.
Oh, brother. Mr. Bullard.
You and Paula are now engaged. There has been a tradition in our family, Gildersleeve. When a man makes it known that he has a ring for one of the Bullard girls, he has then declared himself.
Yes, but, I didn't...
The pact has been made. There is no turning back. It is the law of the clan.
The clan?
The Bullards guard our women with primitive jealousy.
You do?
At one time, long ago, some worthless scoundrel let it be known about that he had a ring which he intended to give to one of the sweet, trusting Bullard girls.
Oh?
Then he tried to back out, claimed the ring was not his, that it belonged to some relative. Can you imagine any man low enough to do a thing like that?
Zeke.
He met with a fatal accident the next day. He fell into a loom and was woven to death.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. Bullard.
Yes?
Mr. Bullard?
Yes?
You see, yeah, Peavy's. That ring.
Your ring?
How did I ever get into this? How am I ever going to get out of it?
Speak up, Gildersleeve.
Well, Bullard, you see,
Well, who's that at the door? Come in.
Hey, Mr. Bullard, is Aunt here?
Yeah, I'm here, Leroy. What is it?
You don't mind this ring you took to the jeweler's?
Yes?
She says the stone's loose. She'll have to take it back again in the morning.
Bless you, Leroy. You see, Bullard, that was the ring. He was Marjorie's. All this engagement talk was your own idea.
What? No, wait. Gildersleeve, just a minute.
Hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Paula.
Come on. I want to take you for a ride in my new car.
Love to.
But I bought that car. Paula, Gildersleeve.
Leroy, give Mr. Bullard a piece of the Valentine candy.
Okay.
Hold on! I won't tolerate this! You come back here, Gildersleeve! You come back! Gildersleeve, come back here! Come back here!
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. For the best tasting sandwiches you've ever made, don't forget the Miracle Whip. Smooth, delicious Miracle Whip salad dressing adds a truly wonderful flavor to sandwiches. A flavor that's lively, teasing, and just peppy enough. Miracle Whip is perfectly smooth, wonderful for spreading. Get a jar of Miracle Whip salad dressing tomorrow. For delicious sandwiches and for outstanding salads, use America's favorite salad dressing, the one and only Miracle Whip.
That's right, Peavy. Bullard tried to embarrass me. Tried to make me think I was trapped, engaged to his sister.
That you were too smart for him. Is that the idea?
You bet. Before he even had a chance to put the pressure on me, I very cleverly turned the tables on him.
You don't say. How did you manage to convince him it was Marjorie's ring?
Oh, I simply outmaneuvered him, Peavy. Fast thinking, that's all.
My.
Hi, Unc.
Well, Leroy.
Pretty neat the way Marge and I rescued you from Bullard, wasn't it, Unc?
What's this?
The stone wasn't loose in Marge's ring. She told me to come over to Bullard's and say that. We figured you'd be in a jam.
Ow. Leroy.
Tell the story again, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, go jump in the lake, Peavy. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Gail Gordon, Gene Bates, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Done up just right, a delicious hamburger can be truly a gourmet's delight. A big deal in eating pleasure. Of course, just about every good cook knows that a dash of Kraft prepared mustard really makes a hamburger. Because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Kraft mustard, naturally. There are two kinds of Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, if you like it smooth and delicately spiced. Snappy Kraft mustard with horseradish added if you like it nippy. Get both kinds of Kraft prepared mustard at your food store.
It's You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx, next on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. Well, like everybody else these days, the great Gildersleeve is being made aware of the pros and cons of all matters pertaining to the public interest, both local and national. It's almost 5 o'clock now, and before he closes his office, the water commissioner is trying to get his favorite news commentator on the radio.
What's the matter with it? Nothing comes out. I'm missing the program. What's wrong with this radio?
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
What are you trying to do?
I want to listen to the news, but I can't get this radio to work.
Well, your radio may not be working, but you're making coffee.
What's that?
A coffee pot's plugged in.
Coffee pot? Oh, my goodness. I forgot Mrs. Munson brought a coffee pot to work this morning. Well, I'll fix that.
Must be strong coffee, Unc. It sure hates to give up.
Yeah, quiet, Leroy. I want to listen.
Well, I can't buy to ride home with you. Why don't you listen on the car radio going home?
The program will be over before then.
This commentator, the greatest threat to our welfare today is the public's apathy. Under the increasing burden of heavy taxation, we grumble to friends and families. But what do we as individuals do about it? You know the answer, and so do I. We say, let George do it.
Who's he talking about, George Washington?
No, Leroy.
Let's all be Georges. This is election year. When we choose our public servants, let's ask ourselves, are they thinking of ways to curb public expense, or are they just being expensive to the public?
Which one are you, Unc?
Leroy.
In this historic year of 1952, give us men of integrity, men of vision, men of strength and capability. Give us public servants who really serve, for therein lies our salvation. Good night.
By George, he's right. We need more men like me.
Why?
Well, Leroy, like the man said, we need efficient, economy-minded public servants. Not only in the national and state pictures, but on the local scene. Economy begins at home. Now I'm going to do something about it.
You mean you're going to cut my allowance?
No, Leroy. I'm talking about the cost of city operation. Come on, let's close the office.
Good for you, Unc. I'm all for economy. Just as long as it doesn't affect me.
I'm afraid a lot of people feel that way, my boy. But the public payrolls are growing by leaps and bounds. You look right here at the City Hall. Every year we have to build a new wing to house the city employees. Pretty soon it's going to look like the Pentagon. You can't tell me we need all these people to run a city the size of Summerfield. Now, there's a new face coming out of the mayor's office.
Yeah, Keen.
Yeah, I haven't seen her around before. Tailored suit, horn-rimmed glasses, carrying a briefcase. Yeah, trying to make a big impression. Look important. What does she do?
I don't know.
Yeah, George, I think I'll find out. I'm a public servant. I'm going to start looking into these things. Come on, Leroy, let's catch up with her. Young woman! Just a moment, please.
Yes?
What do you do here at City Hall?
I beg your pardon.
That's all right. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me what you do.
I carry a police whistle, and I hope I won't have to blow it.
Now, just a minute. I asked you a civil question. I asked you what you do here.
I'll tell you what I don't do. I don't talk to strangers.
He's no stranger. He's my uncle.
Well, he looks very strange to me.
Young lady, I'm not just making idle conversation.
Oh, what kind of conversation are you making?
I'm making like a city official. Yeah, I mean, I'm the head of the water department.
Oh, please, don't make me dislike water.
You better pick on somebody else, Unc.
Now, miss, don't misunderstand me. I didn't mean to be fresh.
Oh, you mean the city doesn't have a fresh water commissioner?
Leroy.
Well, since you have your nephew along, I suppose you are harmless. And you have me curious. Just why did you stop me, water boy?
Water boy? Well, I was in my office listening to the radio.
Oh, there's a logical reason for a man stopping a girl.
And it's my duty as a public servant to keep an eye on the other servants. Not just let George do it.
Sonny, who's George?
That's what I asked him.
What we need is efficient, economy-minded people. And economy begins at home.
Sonny, take your uncle by the hand and lead him home.
Come along, Unc.
No, wait a minute. Leroy, stop pulling. Where's Bronco off to tonight, Margie?
Oh, he's going to a political meeting, Unky.
Oh?
Uh-huh. The junior thinkers are getting together again.
The junior what?
Thinkers.
Oh.
Well, good for Bronco. It's high time all of us took a more active interest in politics. And I know I've been giving it a lot of thought.
That makes you a senior thinker, huh?
Well, at least I have a very adult approach to the problems of the day.
I'll say. Marge, you should have seen him approach a cute adult at City Hall today.
No, Leroy.
What happened?
Nothing. Unc saw a lady coming out of the mayor's office, so we asked her a lot of questions about what she was doing. And she said, Sonny, take your uncle home.
Oh. Unky, weren't you being a little presumptuous?
Not at all. We don't know enough about the people who carry on the city's business. There are a lot of newcomers, upstarts, people hired for this and for that. How do we know they're capable?
She was.
We don't know that. And I'm going to find out what goes on down at City Hall. And election year is the time to do it.
Oh, here we go again.
Margie, what do you mean by that?
Well, Unky, every election year you start crusading and then you forget all about it.
Not this time. That's been the trouble with all of us. Margie, we're too apathetic. This is a historic year when we need leadership. Men who are strong and sturdy.
Somebody call Bertie.
Oh. No, Bertie. I said we need men who are strong and sturdy. Men with ideas.
Yes, sir.
Unc's going to clean up City Hall, Bertie.
Oh?
You bet. Tomorrow I'm going to the mayor with a few pertinent suggestions.
Oh?
I'm going to suggest that he hire a hard-headed businessman to investigate all departments and make recommendations for upping efficiency and lowering cost.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, are you going to be the hard-headed businessman?
Well, now that you mention it, Bertie, I'm hard-headed enough to take the job.
Yes, sir.
If the right people haven't been appointed to serve the public, we'll get the right people.
Yes, sir. Well, they sure make some mistakes when it comes to appointing the right people. I found that out in my charity club.
You did, Bertie?
Yes, sir. There was 2 members up for chairman. One was loaded with ability, and the other one didn't have nothing. I mean nothing.
Yeah, I see.
And who do you think was appointed chairman? The one who had some or the one who didn't have nothing?
Well...
They took that no-good character who didn't have nothing and left the gal loaded with ability out in the cold.
Oh, that's too bad. Who got left out, Bertie?
Me.
Bertie's joking. But I'm dead serious. I'm going to see the mayor first thing in the morning. Well, Mr. Mayor, what do you think?
Frankly, Gildersleeve, I'm impressed. You've been coming in here for the past 10 years with ideas, but this one makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, we need somebody like that, an honest, fearless troubleshooter. Someone accountable only to me. My right-hand man. But who would it be?
Well...
Gildersleeve, what are you doing?
Moving over by your right hand.
Oh, I forgot to shake your hand for this worthwhile suggestion. Shake, Gildersleeve.
Thank you.
Well, now, let me see. Such a person should have an important title.
You bet.
Such as, Civic Coordinator.
Civic Coordinator. It's very good, Mr. Mayor.
I think so. The question is, whom shall I appoint? I just love to appoint people.
Well, that's up to you. I'm not the pushy type of city employee who'd remind you that it was my idea.
I'll have to give the matter some thought. I'll appoint some competent person to the job.
Well, I'll be in my office all day. Like a competent official should, while you're thinking about it.
Dad, what an idea.
Glad you like it. Good day, Mr. Mayor.
Good day.
I'll be in my office. By George, I've got it in the bag. Pardon me, lady.
Well, it's the big waterman again.
Oh, it's you again. Didn't mean to bump into you.
It's my fault. I must have made a wrong turn. I didn't know I was on the truck route.
Yes.
Did your nephew get you home last night?
I not only got home, I got to work on time this morning.
Oh.
It's 10:15, you know.
Well, he tells time, too.
Come in.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Well, Miss Pickens, won't you sit down?
I just wanted to stop in and thank you for the wonderful cooperation you've given the college.
Oh, not at all, Miss Pickens. Or should I say Professor Pickens?
Well, I like the miss. When my students call me Prof, I find myself feeling around my neck for lace.
Well, it's an honor to have been of service to the School of Business Administration. And I'm gratified that you chose the city's financial structure for your research project.
I hope I haven't been a bore. I've been in and out of your office so much I'm afraid your water commissioner thinks I'm an employee.
Oh, you've met Commissioner Gildersleeve.
Well, he hailed me last night, and I bumped into him again this morning.
Gildersleeve is quite a personable man when you get to know him. Perhaps you'll have a chance to know him better.
So far as I'm concerned, it was hail and farewell. Goodbye, Mr. Mayor.
Wait a minute, Miss Pickens. I have an idea.
Oh?
Why didn't I think of this before? Eureka! I have it.
I'm impressed, but I don't know why.
Miss Pickens, do you suppose, along with your classes in business administration at the college, you could handle a job for the city?
What kind of a job?
The kind for which your training has qualified you. Streamline the various branches of the city government. Miss Harriet Pickens, Civic Coordinator. You could be my right-hand man. Woman.
I don't know, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, come now. I suspect you've already seen where some changes could be made around the city hall.
Well, yes.
We have a lot of dead wood around here. Gildersleeve and I agreed on that.
You mean he admits it?
And I think, Miss Pickens, you're just the person I need to ferret out inefficiency. I'll give you a free hand in all departments, streets, traffic, light and power, water.
Well, it might be fun to plug a few leaks.
It's a little early to go to lunch. I could run down to Peavy's for a Coke. No, better not. The mayor might phone. Where's my tape measure? Better see if there's room for another title on the door.
Hello, Gilda.
Oh, hello, Judge.
What are you doing with the tape?
I'm measuring the door.
Why? To see if you can still get through it?
No, Judge. I'm seeing if Civic Coordinator will fit on the door.
Somebody else taking over your office?
Hardly, Horace. I'm taking on new responsibilities.
Oh.
I went to the mayor with an idea for appointing somebody to streamline the departments. Give the taxpayer a break, and it looks like I'm it.
This is a break for the taxpayer?
You're all right, Judge. If I'm good enough to get the idea, I'm good enough to carry it out. I mean to go through every department like a threshing machine, separating the wheat from the chaff.
Well, Gildy, I've observed a laxity in certain departments. No offense intended.
Yes.
But I didn't think we needed a complete overhauling.
You'd be surprised. Now take this new girl coming down the hall. What could she possibly do around here?
Maybe she just goes around looking pretty.
Well, she'd better watch it.
Am I intruding?
Not at all.
In just a minute, Judge. This is my office. I'll decide who's intruding and who isn't.
Oh.
Young lady, what are you doing here?
Just browsing.
Oh, my goodness. On city time?
Yes.
Brazen browser. Young lady, you may as well know that when I bumped into you this morning, I had talked with the mayor about appointing a city coordinator.
Yes, so?
His job will be to check up on employees who come to work at 10:15 and spend the rest of the day browsing around other people's offices.
Uh-huh.
In short, I think I ought to warn you. There's going to be a house cleaning. Do you understand?
I should. I'm the cleaning woman.
You? Oh, is that what you do around here?
I am the new civic coordinator.
Well, my advice to you is to come to work on time and do your civic coordinator.
Young lady, I'd like to meet you. I'm Judge Horace Hooker.
I'm Harriet Pickens.
I'm ruined.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Most good cooks know that the salad dressing really makes the salad. But I wonder if you know which salad dressing in particular will give your salad the exceptional goodness you want it to have. You'll find that salad dressing is Miracle Whip. It has a flavor that's lively, teasing, yet not a bit too sharp. Millions of folks say Miracle Whip tastes just exactly right. And it has a flavor you won't find in any other salad dressing because Miracle Whip is actually a different kind of salad dressing. It's made from a secret Kraft recipe that combines the best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine mayonnaise. Miracle Whip tastes so good it's become America's favorite salad dressing. Actually, it's the most popular salad dressing ever created. Outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Whether you're serving a luscious fruit salad, a colorful vegetable combination, a shimmering gelatin mold, or a main dish meat or seafood salad, remember this. To make your salad truly delicious, make it with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Get a jar tomorrow. Just be sure you see the name Miracle Whip on the jar you buy. There's only one Miracle Whip salad dressing, and it's made only by Kraft. When you throw a boomerang at a target and miss, it usually comes back, and you'd better duck. Water Commissioner Gildersleeve threw an idea on the mayor's desk that looks very much like a boomerang.
I had a good idea, Marjorie. Having the mayor appoint a civic coordinator to save the taxpayers' money.
It was a wonderful idea, Unky.
Yeah, I thought he'd appoint me. I even knew the first person who was going to be cut off the payroll.
Who was it, Unky?
The woman he appointed civic coordinator.
The mayor appointed a woman?
Yes. And of all people, it was the woman I stopped in the hall yesterday.
The one with the glasses and the briefcase?
Yeah.
The one who got mad when you wanted to know what she was doing there?
That's the one. Now she's the one who'll go through the city departments with a big axe cutting out the dead wood.
Oh, brother. You may not be wood, but you're dead.
What are you going to do, Unky?
Well...
I know what I'd better do. Get me a paper route.
No, Leroy, that isn't necessary. Yet.
No, I'll wait until all this is over. I couldn't stand on the corner selling papers with big headlines about my uncle losing his job.
Yelper.
Please, Leroy.
On the other hand, I might make a lot of money for you, Unc. People might feel sorry for me. Extra, extra, read all about my uncle, water commissioner washed up. Please buy a paper.
Leroy.
Boy, I could sell 1 million copies. What's that in the paper, Leroy? Water commissioner washed up.
What? Bertie, Unky wasn't appointed civic coordinator.
Is that why he's washed up?
Bertie, I'm not washed up.
No, sir. Then what are you?
I'm still water commissioner. Of course, there's a possibility that woman might try to cause trouble.
Unky, you didn't really say anything to antagonize her, did you?
Yeah, of course not. I was my usual diplomatic self. Well, thinking back, I did suggest that if I had anything to do with it, she might not be there long.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
It wasn't my fault. I bumped into her in the hall and nearly knocked off her hat.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
What did you say to her, Unky?
Well, I told her to watch it.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
He's going to be poor, all right. I think I will take that paper route.
Maybe I better get one myself. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this evening?
Nothing. I'm just wandering around, thinking.
I thought maybe you might be busy with your homework tonight.
Homework?
I hear you fellows down at City Hall have a tutor.
Peavy, if you're talking about the civic coordinator, it was my idea.
You mean you gave the mayor the idea of appointing somebody to check up on you?
Well, in a way, yes.
You're living dangerously, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Now, Peavy, the city needs somebody to weed out inefficiency.
That's what I say.
You know I've done a good job down there, Peavy. And I don't like the idea of a woman coming in and telling me what to do. I thought this was a man's world. Well, Peavy, you've never worked for a woman, have you?
Hasn't every married man?
I'm talking about working for a professional woman like Miss Pickens.
Well, Mrs. Peavy originally intended taking up a profession. Animal husbandry.
Did she ever do anything with it, Peavy?
Well, she made a lamb out of me.
Right, George, I'm not going to count out of Miss Horn-rimmed glasses and her big, fat briefcase. She better not come snooping around my office. I won't be a lamb. I'll be a roaring lion. Oop!
Don't jump, Mr. Lion. It's just his telephone. Peavy's Pharmacy. Oh, hello, Marjorie. Yes, he's here. Just a moment.
For me, Peavy?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, thanks. Hello.
Unky, Miss Harriet Pickens just phoned for you.
Oh?
Uh-huh. She said she's going through your office tonight.
She's in my office tonight?
Uh-huh. She said she doesn't want you to feel she's going behind your back.
Zeke.
What's the matter, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Peavy, I've just been stabbed in the back.
I think you should go down there, Unky, and assert yourself.
Don't worry, I will. She can't make a fool out of me, unless I'm there.
Good luck, Unky.
Thank you for calling, my dear. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Peavy, do you know what's happened?
I'm afraid I do.
That woman is in my office tonight, going through my files, trying to trap me.
She's on your trail, all right.
Well, she won't find anything wrong, Peavy. I've kept my house in order. In my office, things are fairly shipshape.
Yes.
Though she doesn't like me. She may try to frame me.
Yes.
How do I know what she's up to? She may try to get rid of me and take over my job.
Yes.
I'm going down there and have it out with her. She may be a brainy college professor, but that doesn't mean she can put anything over on me.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Mother, this is Harriet. I'll be a little late tonight. I'm phoning from the water commissioner's office. No, he isn't here, but I wish he were. I have a whole notebook of questions I can't answer. Uh-huh. I just hope I can get the information out of him without letting him know how little I know. But I suppose I can bluff as well as he can. Oh, here he is. I'll have to hang up, Mother. Bye.
Miss Pickens?
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
What's going on here?
That's what I'm trying to find out. I phoned your home to let you know I was here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I hurried down.
Getting worried?
Certainly not.
Well, from the amount of work piled up around here, you're evidently not in the habit of coming back nights.
Now, see here, Miss Pickens.
Unless it's for a cup of coffee.
Coffee?
I found this percolator filed under unfinished business.
Well, Miss Pickens, I may not run my office according to the book, but my customers are happy.
Oh, do you serve them all free lunch?
No, I don't. That coffee pot is...
Never mind. There are more important things to discuss. The mayor is expecting me to produce, Mr. Gildersleeve. Let the chips fall where they may.
So you're going to make me the first big chip?
Guilty conscience, Commissioner.
Not at all. I know what you're trying to do, Miss Pickens. You're trying to get rid of me. Here, let me see what you've written in that note.
Mr. Gildersleeve, give me my notebook.
Yeah, no, I have a right to know what you're reporting to the mayor.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you're being a brute.
Well, you were a brute first.
Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, let's see what you got down here. You find out for Mr. Gildersleeve about water supply purification and distribution. Why do you want to know that?
Well, so I can talk intelligently to the mayor. I mean...
Oh! So you have to find out from me what to say to the mayor.
Well?
Here, what to say. What is Mr. Gildersleeve's long-range water system plan for Greater Summerfield?
Mr. Gildersleeve, if I'm going to make recommendations to the mayor, I must...
You have to find out what to recommend from me, eh?
I didn't say that.
What's the next question? What is a snifter valve? You mean you don't know what a snifter valve is?
No, I don't.
She doesn't know what a snifter valve is. Your college professor doesn't know what a snifter valve is.
All right, I'll admit I don't know about your silly old water department. I didn't want this job in the first place. It was the mayor's idea.
It was not. It was mine.
Well, then I hate you, and I resign.
Yeah, wait a minute, Miss Pickens. Don't give up.
Well?
I think it's fine that you're civic coordinator, now that we understand each other. Now, you take this pad and pencil, and I'll help you.
Well, you don't have to...
You just take down what I say.
Well, all right.
The water commissioner forgives Miss Pickens. As a civic coordinator, he thinks she makes a good school teacher, period.
Mr. Gildersleeve, will you please be serious and answer the question?
Oh, yes. Now she's all business again.
And while you're thinking about them, I'll plug in the coffee pot.
Well, atta girl. What have I been worrying about?
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Nothing goes quite so well with the hamburgers we all like so much as really good coleslaw. And to be sure your coleslaw tastes its delicious best, make it with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip will give it a wonderful flavor, a flavor that's peppy and just sharp enough, a flavor your whole family will like. Treat your folks to some good coleslaw soon. And remember, to make it better tasting than ever, make it with the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing.
You've been very helpful, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I like to cooperate, especially with a lady. Especially with an attractive lady.
Oh, thank you.
In fact, I've decided you're very attractive. Now that I know you're not so smart. Yeah, I mean shrewd.
Well, I suppose I shouldn't have told you quite so much about myself.
Well, I suppose I shouldn't have told you so much about the water department either. About the little mistakes here and there. But that'll all be just between us.
Oh, of course. Just between you and me. And the mayor.
Wait a minute.
Well, what did you think I was going to do with this information? Write it in my diary?
No, but...
Good night, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Miss Pickens, I thought we were friends. The coffee.
Unplug the pot. You're using city electricity.
Oh.
And Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes?
I think you're quite attractive, now that I know you're not so smart.
Good night, Miss Pickens. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Mary Jane Croft, Stan Farrar, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
What goes into a perfect sandwich? Maybe it's roast beef or savory baked ham. Whatever your favorite, the perfect meat sandwich needs the perfect mustard, Kraft prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. You can take your choice of two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard is smooth and delicately spiced. Or if you like your mustard with extra pep, try Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Keep them both on hand and keep everyone in the family happy. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
Stay tuned to Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life next on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you partially transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. There's something about a teenager. You can always tell when one inhabits a house. When it's raining outside, there's mud on the carpet. They roar through the house like a capricious whirlwind, scattering debris here and there, then disappear down the street, emitting wild cries. And there's ample evidence that a teenager lives at the great Gildersleeve's house as the water commissioner arrives home from the office tonight.
Oh, my goodness. What's happened to the living room? Books scattered over the floor. Lunch pail on the piano keys. Leroy!
Yes, home, Miss Gildersleeve.
Oh, where is he, Bertie?
He was here, but he zoomed out again.
Yeah, I know he was here. There's proof in the parlor.
Yes, sir, there's proof in the kitchen, too.
What's this, Bertie?
He came in to raid the icebox while I was waxing the floor. He left tracks in the wax, so I had to wax the tracks.
Oh?
Mr. Gildersleeve, all I got to do is wax the floor and turn my head, and there's tracks.
It's too bad, Bertie.
Looks like all Bertie does around here is wax the tracks.
Sorry, Bertie. How's dinner coming?
Well, dinner may be a little late because Bertie's been waxing the tracks.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know why dinner may be late?
Yes,
That's
Bertie.
right, because Bertie's been waxing the tracks.
Well, I guess I'd better pick up the books. That boy keeps us hopping around here.
Oh, hello, Unky.
Hello, Marjorie.
Did Leroy leave his books on the floor again?
Yeah.
Uncle Mort, you'll just have to talk to him.
I talk to him, Marjorie, constantly. But it goes in one ear and out the other. The only thing Leroy remembers is breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And you should see his room, Unky. It looks like a circus slept there. Why, he didn't even make up his bed.
Oh, that boy.
He has shirts hanging on doorknobs, and he uses neckties for light cords.
I'll talk to him, Marjorie. But I can't be here to watch him every minute. Where'd he go this afternoon?
We'll cross the street to see Babs, I guess.
Oh, here he comes now.
See you after we eat, Babs. Okay,
Leroy, you're letting in cold air. Close the door.
Okay.
Don't slam it.
Sorry, Unc. You want me to close it again?
No.
Okay.
Just get ready for dinner. Go wash up.
Leroy, don't leave your roller skates in the middle of the hall.
No. And please keep your books off the floor.
And you didn't make your bed this morning.
Well, gosh, why make it up? Right when it's getting comfortable.
Leroy, you make up that bed.
And don't leave those skates on the floor.
And go wash for dinner.
Wait a minute. What do I do first? Wash, make up the bed, or pick up the skates? Dinner's ready. Or eat.
Just a minute, Bertie.
Maybe I better go eat.
Young man, you go up and wash your hands. I think I'll go along and take a look at your room.
Okay.
What's this about using neckties for a light cord?
That's my own idea. I strung enough neckties together so I can get in bed and turn out the light.
What a brain.
You come along, young man. Upstairs.
Oh, watch the skates, Unky.
Skates?
Oh, are you hurt, Unky?
Darn kid. Leroy, I thought I told you to pick up your skates.
I was going to, Unc, but you told me to do so many things I didn't know what to do first. Gosh, everybody's always yapping to me about what to do. No wonder I get confused.
Leroy, if we didn't tell you, you'd never get anything done.
How do you know I wouldn't?
Well, we know you, Leroy. You wait to be told everything.
Oh, gosh, by now it's a habit. I probably wait for it subconsciously.
Yeah, that's the trouble with you. You're subconscious.
No, Marjorie.
You tell me to do so many things, I don't have time to do anything on my own. Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Boy, do I wish nobody would tell me to do anything. Would I do it?
You mean you would or you wouldn't?
I'd do it. The minute I get home, people start picking on me. I know what to do and what not to do. I'm not a little kid anymore.
Well, Leroy, we don't like to nag.
Ah!
Well, we don't. But you still need guidance.
Well, if you'd lay off me for a while, I bet you'd be surprised at what would happen.
Yeah, I'll bet we would, too.
Yeah, all right, Leroy. I'm going to take you up on that.
Yeah?
For 1 week. Nobody around here will remind you what to do.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. You have your little chores. You know when to study. You know when to go to bed and when to get up. In general, you know what's expected of you. It'll be up to you to follow through without being told. This will be a lesson in self-reliance.
Boy, this will be keen.
Just remember, one slip and the deal's off. Now go wash up for dinner.
Unc?
Yes, Leroy?
You weren't going to tell me what to do.
Oh, sorry, my boy.
And just to show you how things will work, I left my sweater outside, and nobody has to tell me to run out and get it.
Yeah, good boy, but don't slam the door. This will never last a week.
Let's sit here on your porch, Babs.
All right. What time is your uncle calling you home tonight, Leroy?
He isn't calling me home.
You mean you can stay out as long as you want?
No, I'll go home at 9 o'clock as usual, but Unc isn't going to call me the way he would a kid.
Well, if you have to go home at 9 anyway, what difference does it make?
Well, it's hard to explain, but there's a big difference. You know you have to do it, but you don't have to be told to do it.
I don't get it.
Let me ask you, do you always make up your bed?
Well...
Do you leave your clothes scattered all over the room?
What business is it of yours?
You're not neat, huh?
Leroy Forrester!
You can't do things without being told, huh? You don't know what fun it is.
What fun is there in hanging up your clothes?
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to try it tonight.
Leroy, I don't understand you.
Well, I guess it's because I'm so self-reliant.
Self-reliant?
I'll bet you still have to be told to get up in the morning.
I like to be told to get up. I like Uncle Rumson to call me every morning.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Because then I can go back to sleep. I don't really have to get up until he bangs on the door and yells.
Well, that's all right for a young girl. But I'll be getting up by myself now. I don't know about you, Babs.
You don't know what?
I don't know if I can play with you much longer. I seem to be outgrowing you.
Leroy, you're talking crazy.
Oh, yeah? Do you know what my uncle's letting me do? He's letting me do anything I want to do for a whole week.
Anything?
Anything. Just so it isn't anything wrong.
Uncle Rumson's always telling me what to do.
Well, you probably still need guidance. Besides, you're a girl.
That has nothing to do with it. I'm going to have a talk with Uncle Rumson.
He'd never let you get by with anything. He's too hard-boiled.
All right, Smarty. Here comes Mr. Gildersleeve now.
Yeah? You looking for me, Unc?
No. Just out looking at the stars.
What time is it?
It's 5 minutes to 9. But I didn't come out to call you.
Okay.
Think I'll go to bed now. Good night, Leroy.
Good night, Unc.
Good night, Babs.
Good night.
You see, Babs?
He didn't call you, did he?
Nah. Unc and I are on a man-to-man basis now.
Babs,
Yes, Uncle Rumson.
it's 9 o'clock. Come inside.
Right away, Uncle Rumson. Good night, Leroy.
Good night. Must be tough being a kid.
Uncle Rumson.
Babs, aren't you in bed yet? It's 2 minutes past 9.
I know. May I come in your study?
Well, I suppose so, if it's important.
Thank you.
Well, now, what do you want?
I just want to sit on the arm of your chair and talk. This is so comfortable.
Can't we talk in the morning? I'm reading.
I have to talk now, Uncle Rumson. I've just decided I'm not going to be a problem every morning. I'm going to get up all by myself. You'll never have to beat on the door again.
Babs, you've stayed up too late. You're tired and hysterical. Now go to bed.
I mean it, Uncle Rumson. You won't have to tell me to get up, and you won't have to tell me to straighten up my room.
What are you after?
Me?
Let me see now. It isn't Christmas. You've had your birthday. And I've given you your allowance twice.
You're wonderful, Uncle Rumson. That's why I want to do something nice for you.
You do?
I want to relieve you of the horrible responsibility of me.
Are you well, child?
Perfectly. But I'm not a child. In fact, it just occurred to me that you do all my thinking for me.
Well, if there's thinking to be done, it should be done right.
Uncle Rumson, from now on, I want to make my own decisions.
Babs, where did you get this silly idea?
Well, Leroy makes his own decisions now. Mr. Gildersleeve doesn't do his thinking for him anymore.
Then there's hope for the boy.
Mr. Gildersleeve isn't going to tell Leroy to do anything for a whole week. Leroy can go to bed when he pleases and get up when he pleases. And he doesn't have to consult his uncle about going to the movies or anything.
Gildersleeve is permitting all this? Why, he's undermining the neighborhood.
He is not. Mr. Gildersleeve is a very modern uncle. He represents progress.
If that Neanderthal numbskull represents progress, I'm taking the first rocket to the moon.
Uncle Rumson, do I or do I not get the same privileges as Leroy?
You do not. You're still a child.
If I am, it's because you won't let me grow up.
Babs.
Good night, you. You old-fashioned uncle, you.
Old-fashioned? What do you... She slammed the door. She's never done that to me. She's becoming incorrigible. Gildersleeve will pay for this.
Is the water commissioner in his office?
Come in, Judge.
Well, thank you. My, what a pretty package. Are you doing your Christmas shopping early?
Yeah, I'm wrapping a new pair of skates for Leroy. Little reward for doing his chores without being told.
Oh?
You bet. We made an agreement. For a whole week, Leroy gets to lead his own life without any interference from me. Judge, do you realize what we'd have if all parents would give their teenage children free rein?
Pandemonium?
No, Judge.
Don't misunderstand me, Gildy. I don't think a parent should hold the reins too tightly. And yet I think it's dangerous to give a young colt his head.
Judge, Leroy is not a horse.
I know. But if you'll take my advice...
I don't want your advice, you old goat.
Well, if you're going to be stubborn, the old goat knows who the mule is.
Watch it, Horace.
If you're going to let Leroy do everything he pleases, what if he decides to run away and join the Navy?
The Navy? Yeah, anybody who hates to take a bath the way Leroy does would never join the Navy. Besides, he's not old enough.
What would happen, Gildy, if all the children in your neighborhood had no one to answer to?
Well, that might not be so good.
Gildersleeve! Are you in there?
It's Mr. Bullard.
He's here. Come on in, Rumson.
Gildersleeve, what ideas are you putting into the heads of our children?
Me?
You nincompoop!
Now, wait a minute. I thought I was doing the right thing.
You can't tell me you think. Thanks to you, I've completely lost control of little Babs.
What do you mean, Rumson?
Last night, she slammed the door in my face. And this morning, she tasted coffee. Where will all this end?
I was just telling Gildy before you came in.
All right, Judge, all right. Maybe I made a mistake. Don't rub it in.
Well, Gildersleeve, what do you propose to do about it?
I don't know. I told Leroy he could do anything he wanted to for a week. I can't go back on my promise.
Because of you, I had to make the same promise to Babs. Anything can happen in a week.
Leroy may go to sea.
Babs has always wanted to be one of those TV dancers. Why, she may end up in television.
No, fellows. I haven't committed any crime.
Well, it's too early to know what you've done. As the twig is bent, so grows the tree.
Well, that's true.
And you'd have them grow willy-nilly.
Well, thanks to Gildy, there's nothing you can do but hope for the best.
What have I done to our children?
We'll have to wait and see, Gildersleeve. And then wait and see what I do to you. You...
I know. Nincompoop.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Here's a wonderful way to make meatless Lenten meals tempting and satisfying. It's easy. Just serve salads often. Make them bigger and better than ever, especially attractive, hearty, and good tasting. And don't worry, those salads will be especially good tasting if you make them with delicious Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip gives salads marvelous flavor, a flavor that's peppy, lively, teasing, yet not a bit too sharp. It's a flavor millions of folks everywhere call just exactly right. It's a flavor you won't find in any other salad dressing because Miracle Whip is actually a different kind of salad dressing. It's made from a secret Kraft recipe that combines the qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine mayonnaise to give you the best of both. Try it, just one taste, and you'll know why Miracle Whip has become America's favorite salad dressing, outselling the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. For your luscious fruit salads, for colorful vegetable combinations, for shimmering gelatin molds, for delicious salads, use Miracle Whip. Put a jar of Miracle Whip in your shopping basket tomorrow. Just be sure you see the name Miracle Whip on the jar you buy. There's only one Miracle Whip salad dressing, and it's made only by Kraft. Well, a couple of days ago, the great Gildersleeve put Leroy on his own for a whole week. He isn't telling the boy what to do. In fact, Leroy is doing as he pleases. This teenage independence has spread across the street to the Bullard home, adding to the water commissioner's worries.
Bullard has no reason to be angry with me, Marjorie.
Well, ordinarily, Mr. Bullard doesn't need a reason.
Leroy and Babs have behaved beautifully.
I guess that's what worries Mr. Bullard. He thinks it's just the calm before the storm.
Well, if the kids step out of line the least little bit, we'll clamp on the lid. That's the agreement we have with them. I wish they'd hurry and step out of line. I can't stand this suspense. Bertie?
Yes, sir?
Have you checked Leroy's room today?
Yes, sir. It's as clean as a pin. He's been hanging up his clothes and shining his shoes.
Ay, George, I don't understand it. It isn't natural for Leroy to be so perfect. The boy's taking advantage of the promise I made him.
You mean you want him to make a mistake?
Well, it might be the best thing for him. It's like the judge said. It's dangerous to give youth a free rein. Bertie, did Leroy take the ashes out of the furnace this morning?
No, sir, I didn't see him do it. He took his bath, came down, ate breakfast, thanked me for it, and rushed out.
Oh?
He said he wanted to be the first one in school.
So, he forgot the ashes, huh? Right, George, I knew he'd slip up.
Oh, that's Leroy now.
Listen, he's wiping his shoes on the mat.
You never did that before.
Hi, everybody.
Leroy, I'd like to have a little talk with you.
I'll be right there, Unc, as soon as I put my books away.
Well, you could just toss them on the living room floor.
Oh, no, I had to put them away neatly.
Oh, brother.
Now, what do you wish to see me about, Unc?
My boy, wasn't this the morning to clean out the furnace?
Yes, it was.
I understand you didn't do it this morning.
No, I didn't.
Well.
I did it last night. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go clean out the garage.
You? You're getting your little chores out of the way so you can go to a movie tonight.
Don't you know this is a school night?
Yes, but I hoped you might. Thought you might go anyway.
I wouldn't think of it. I could never make it home by 9 o'clock. Well, off to the garage.
Uncle Mort, aren't you ashamed of yourself trying to tempt Leroy?
Well, I wouldn't have to do it if he wasn't so good. What a problem, child.
Yes, sir. That Leroy sure is a problem when he's good.
Another couple of days and the week will be up. Leroy's still a model boy. Why doesn't he do something? Darn kid. Oh, well. Babs and Leroy spend a lot of time at Peavy's. Wonder if he's noticed anything. Hello, Peavy.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Peavy, has Leroy been drinking many sodas lately?
No, in fact, I believe the pharmacy's losing money on Leroy this week. He reads the comics, but he hasn't bought anything.
No?
He puts them back in the rack and goes out jingling his money.
It isn't like the boy to stay within his allowance. He isn't on the books for anything, is he?
No. I little bill for you, though.
Am I overdue, Peavy?
Well, it was due on the 10th. Of course, this is only the 27th.
Well, now it's closer to the 10th of March than the 10th of February. I'll pay it then.
Very well. You'll understand if I wait till next month to pay my water bill.
Yes.
Mr. Gildersleeve, why are you so concerned about Leroy?
Well, Bullard and I are letting Babs and Leroy make all their own decisions for a week. And it's working so well that I'm worried.
You don't say.
It isn't right for youngsters not to have to come to their elders for guidance.
But if they're doing all right...
They've been lucky, Petey. And so have we. And thank goodness this week will soon be up. And Bullard and I can pick up the reins again.
Mr. Gildersleeve, what if the kids don't want to hand over the reins?
That's it?
Well, if they improve, and they prove that they can accept responsibility and don't need your guidance, what can you say?
Peavy, I'm afraid you're right. That's why they've been so good. They have no intention of giving us back the right to tell them what to do.
Yes, they haven't.
And it stands to reason that teenagers need the counsel of older heads.
Yes.
It's too much to expect that they'll make the right decision every time.
Yes.
Leroy wouldn't be the fine young man he is today if he hadn't had me to look to.
No, I wouldn't say that.
It's nice of you, Gildersleeve, to come over and sit on the stoop with me.
Well, Mr. Bullard, I saw you wandering around the yard all alone.
Well, I have felt a little lost the past few days.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I suppose it's because of Babs. Because of her independence, she's grown away from me, Gildersleeve.
Well, Leroy and I don't seem to be pals anymore. We haven't had a quarrel for days.
Frankly, Gildersleeve, I'm glad this week is up tonight. I can hardly wait to begin helping Babs make decisions again.
Well, I'm not so sure we can do that, Mr. Bullard.
Why not?
As Peavy pointed out, if they've earned their independence, we can't take it away.
Oh, Gildersleeve, they can't be independent. They're not old enough. They have to be told what to do.
They've been doing everything they should. What can we tell them?
Well, we can tell them... We could tell them that, we... Gadfrey. What can we tell them? Babs has been an angel.
It's hard to believe, but Leroy's been perfect, too. I can't supervise him anymore. There's nothing to supervise.
Gildersleeve, I just had a horrible thought.
Oh?
The children no longer need us. We've lost them. Our little birds have tested their wings and have flown away from what they once considered their sanctuary.
Yeah, we're just a couple of old bird nests.
I'll never forget the last time Babs came to my study and asked to sit on the arm of my chair. But that evening, she wouldn't take my advice. Gildersleeve, I like telling people what to do.
Me too. I guess that's part of the fun of being grown up.
Yes. Well, I'd better go sit by the fire. Good night, Gildersleeve.
Good night, Mr. Bullard. Chin up.
Chin up.
Well, I better go home and sit by the fire, too. Say, is that Leroy's bike sitting right in the middle of the driveway? How many times have I told him not to leave it there? I'll have to have a talk with that boy.
Evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, hello, Bertie. What are you doing?
I'm cleaning up the front yard.
Oh?
That Leroy made a kite and left strings, paper, sticks, and glue all over the front yard.
He did?
And you ought to see that room of his. It's a wreck.
Well, wonderful.
What's so wonderful about that?
Leroy slipped at last, Bertie.
Yes.
Here, look at the parlor. School books all over the floor. What a beautiful sight.
Yes, sir.
Gildersleeve!
Oh, it's you, Mr. Bullard.
I've just made a most marvelous discovery. Babs forgot to tidy her room.
She did?
Life is beautiful again.
Well, look at my parlor. Books strewn around.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Hi, everybody. What's going on?
Leroy, my boy.
Yeah, it's me.
Leroy, don't you leave them roller skates in the middle of the hall.
No, Bertie. Leroy, I don't understand this. Your bike in the driveway, books cluttering the floor, your room a shambles. What happened?
Well, gosh, Unc, the week's up. And am I glad?
You are.
Boy, it's rough having to remember everything yourself. You don't have time to have any fun. The heck with it. I'm sick of it.
Did you hear that, Bullard?
I certainly did. What a fine boy.
You bet. Come on, Bullard, let's celebrate.
Yeah. Oh, watch out for the skates, Gildersleeve.
Skates?
Yeah.
Go! Poof.
Are you hurt, Gildersleeve?
Not a bit. It felt good.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. There's no trick to making really good deviled eggs if, and this is important, if you make them with Miracle Whip salad dressing. When you add Miracle Whip to that egg yolk, you're adding wonderful flavor, a lively, teasing flavor that's just sharp enough. It's a delicious flavor no other salad dressing can give you. Try it. For the best deviled eggs you ever tasted, and for wonderful salads, be sure the salad dressing you use is the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing.
Unc, are you glad that you're giving the orders again?
Well, suppose I am. A man can feel pretty useless when nobody needs him. By the way, 9 o'clock, Leroy.
Oh.
Bedtime.
Okay. As soon as I finish this book.
How many pages do you have to go?
Let's see. 105.
Leroy, put down that book and go to bed. And put your bicycle in the garage. And pick up the newspapers you left on the dining room table. And get your galoshes out of the living room.
Unc?
And take the hammer off the mantel and put the cushions back in the couch where they belong.
Unc?
And don't leave that banana peel on the coffee table.
Unc!
What?
Take it easy with the orders. You can be replaced.
By George, he's right. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Barbara Whiting, Gail Gordon, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Delicious cold cuts for luncheon or supper make a welcome change of pace from the hot meals you've been serving. Easy to fix, too. But here's a tip. Be sure there's delicious Kraft prepared mustard on the table. Because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added to give it extra zip. Keep both kinds on hand for different tastes. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
Stay tuned to Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life, next on NBC.